Hello everyone, it's Mark back here again from Stanhope Model Railway. Before I start, just a quick apologies for lack of videos or content on the channel recently. This is mainly due to the time it's taken to do this current project, which the video is all about today, and unfortunately I had a family bereavement recently as well, so obviously this sort of thing has been put on, and modelling has been put on hold recently to cover that. But anyway, on today's video, and today's video is all about continuing detailing and building up the river stroke stream scene. It is now virtually finished at last. Just a couple of bits to finish off on there, which I'll explain in the video. So without further ado, sit back and relax and enjoy the video. Get a cup of your favourite beverage as well, because it may well be a longer one, because I'm obviously trying to show you how I've done most of the stuff on there to make it, and most importantly enjoy it, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so here we are, we're on to the next stage now, with the river stroke stream. Try and get the angle down. So as you can see, I've painted up the base of it here, so that's supply base. I've basically used a Tamiya brown and a Tamiya green acrylic paints and mixed them together. It's supposed to be a browny green, but in certain lights it looks like a greeny grey. It's probably hard to pick it up on here, but yeah, anyway, I've painted the base now, so all the base is painted all the way along. I'll just show you, so that should look good. Unfortunately I had to do a couple of small repairs on this end, laying up there, which you can't see because it's behind, because I've got the top back on, but yeah, I've had to add a little bit of extra plaster, hence a different colour here where the paint's rough, because obviously I dabbed my fingers in water when I was putting the plaster on, because there was a bit of cracking around there. Plaster cracked slightly, and it had done the same. You see, unfortunately you can't see it, but it had done the same in there. So all I've got to do now is just give that a quick go over with fine sandpaper, not taking a lot off, just to smooth it off slightly, and then hoover off, and hopefully that should then be ready for the next stage, which will be painting the embankments on each side there in a browny earth colour. And then after that I should be ready for detailing the embankments. So I'll leave it there, and I'll come back to you when I've painted these up and dried them ready for the embankments up and ready for detailing. So as you can see, I've now painted up the embankments of the river stroke stream. This is their first coat of paint. It's actually a mix of 3 different brown acrylic paints and a good dollop of standard PVA glue. Obviously this is still wet because I've just literally painted it, but hopefully when it dries out it will dry the right sort of brown colour. This is obviously just to colour and cover the white of the plaster cloth and the thin skim of filler over it. So hopefully you can see it looks okay. We'll see when it's dry, but yeah, so just to show you, excuse the mess, this pot here, this is what I mixed it up in. It's a nice I had a pudding pot. Obviously it was washed and all that before I used it, but I mixed it up in there and made a good mix of it. Make sure I had plenty. And as I say, I've used the Woodland Scenics Earth Undercoat, which is a C1229 liquid pigment earth colours, and 2 Tamiya acrylic paints. So that's the Tamiya XF52 Flat Earth, which is that one, and the Tamiya XF10, which is the flat brown, and that's that one. And so that's normal standard PVA washable glue from Poundland. Yes, I know you can get bigger tubs, but I've got that because I don't use a lot of it at a time, so I don't want to be stuck with it storing a big bottle. But yeah, so that's what I've done. I've made a good mix of that. Obviously I put the paint in the pot first, mix that to roughly how I wanted it colour wise, got that right, and then I stuck a big dollop of PVA in there as well. The main reason for sticking the PVA in is to try and not only make the paint a bit harder so it's less liable to come off, but also to try and get a seal, especially around the edges of the embankments here. Because there I had a crack and I repaired it. It's not too bad there. There I had a crack, or the filler cracked. I did try and repair it, but I think it's slightly cracked there again, as you can see. So I'm hoping that with this paint and glue, PVA glue mix, it's enough to seal it. But we'll see. I'll probably go over it with another coat anyway. But I just thought I'd show you this stage. So here we are. I'm just going to start detailing the river stroke stream. I just thought I'd show you what I'm using before I do it. As you can see, if I move the camera, it's mainly a mix of Woodland Scenic stuff, and that's purely because it's what I've basically got in stock at the moment, what I think is most suitable. So if we start over this end, there's some buff course talus. I'm not sure if that's going to be too big, to be honest, but we'll see when I open the package if you want to see it. Some various different shades of green of bushes, some forest blend underbrush, some more bushes, some briar patch, some real soil there. This come from, as far as I remember, from my late granddad's garden, because the soil around there was sort of a more of a sandy kind of soil, I think. Although I'm not sure if that was from there or not. All I know is they've been in the railway room on my late father's out, and they've been in there for years, so I'm not exactly sure where they come from, but I'm pretty sure that one actually comes from the granddad's garden anyway, because it's more sandy, which is very unusual for Essex, because a lot of Essex, especially South Essex, where I come from, is mainly clay rather than sandy soil. And I've got some WWS fine turf blends there of earth, which is that one, and that one there, which is just soil colour, so it's a more of a blacky darker colour. Some Jarvis lichen, some WWS brown clay mud and smooth effects, and I also got these from my late father's railway room. He's had them in, they must have had them for a few years. It's actually World Scenics, which is and it's forest, what's that, it's field grass, and the idea with these is I am going to probably cut a few of them down in length, and probably put a couple of reeds in there as well, and maybe a couple of bits of lichen to try and represent that. So I'll leave that there. Basically what I'll do is I'll probably just film it as I go along, because this is probably going to be done over several different days or evenings, depending on how time permits, and I'll just probably put it in a time lapse, or speed it up a bit of video for you, just so you can see it. And I'll cut it out so that it's not too much and don't go on for too long. And here we are. As you can see, I've now basically more or less finished in detailing up the river stroke stream. I've temporarily put it in place in the board with the top off just so you can see it. I mainly wanted to give you a better look with a bit more light, although it's not really that light because it's another dull day in good old England. But I just wanted to show you, before I put the top back on, and I'll show you that a close up or a closer shot, a video of what I've done. So I didn't film it, but just to explain what I've briefly done to finish off with. So the talus, the Woodland Scenics talus, or rocks as I'm trying to use them in this case, I've gone over them with the Humber enamel dark green wash, and basically what I've done, I've just gone over them with a round paintbrush, dabbed it on, and then wiped most of that off with a kitchen towel. Try and get them a bit greener. Look like they've got a bit of algae. I put some sticks or twigs in. These are actually bits I've broken off the Woodland Scenics briar patch. So I've got a couple dotted around there, one there, one up there, and there's one down there as well. I've also put some WWS mud up the sides. It's drying out. There's a couple of bits there and I think there on this side which are slightly lighter. That's because I haven't quite dried yet, because when I looked at this beforehand, I'd missed a couple of places, so I've gone back over in them in a paintbrush and put that on. And obviously I was going to put the Hornby field grass in between the rocks, but that didn't quite work because I wasn't going to hold it and glue it. So as you can see, I've just used some lichen and put that between the rocks. So that's that. And the only other thing what isn't on the video and what I haven't showed you is these brick retaining walls. They're not glued in, mainly because they're not finished. They're basically Southeast fine cast formulated brick embossed sheets, obviously cut to size. They're painted up. I painted them with the rail match. Well, I first give them a coat of the dark brick colour, and once that had dried properly, I'd give them gone over it with the rail match light brick colour. That's the acrylic versions of the paint. That's now dried. But before I glue them in, I need to thin it back so you can see the different colours with some thinners, and then I'm going to put the mortar mix wash on there, let dry and thin that off, and then I'll be able to glue them on, because obviously once the top's on and screwed back down, I won't be able to get in there very easily. But I've put them in. I mean, you probably won't see it once the top on because it cuts a lot of the light out, but it's just to give it a bit of a finished look. So there you go. So that's what it looks like now. I shall leave you here, and when I come back I'll just show you what it looks like with the baseboard back on. So here we go, the baseboard top is back on, and obviously this is a view of the river stream slightly slower down, more at sort of an eye level sort of thing, looking up or down depending which way it flows at the river stream. Give you a view like this to see what it looks like. I'm quite pleased with this. It seems to have turned out quite well. Obviously I haven't done the water pour yet. I'm intending to leave this at the moment. I do want to do it, but I'm intending to leave it because even though the layout is in the main house, where it's an older house with solid walls, it still gets cooler in here at night. Because it's not very well insulated. Well, it isn't because it's solid wall, so it's a job to retain some of the heat. So what I want to do to make sure it's dry properly, I'm going to leave it for now for a little while, until I decide I'm ready, mainly because I say I want to make sure the resin goes off hard, and I want the temperature to be a bit more consistent and constant So I'm going to wait probably a few weeks or so before I do that. And I've got to try and tie it in when I'm off of work for a couple of days as well, so that I can keep an eye on it, make sure that it's setting properly. But I just thought I'd give you this view anyway, so you could see. I'll slightly move the camera so you can see up a bit. As I say, it's quite dark because obviously that's where the track's going to go over, so you're not going to get a lot of light in there, plus the back seam boards are on there, so that's cutting off a bit of light as well. But they'll all be done with vaccine in good time. I come up so you can get a slightly wider view. There we go, there's a slightly wider view. Obviously I've got loads more to do. I've got to finish the turntable off yet, and the track to that. I've got to also reattach the back seam boards because they're not reattached, because what happened was, apart from obviously I'm not quite finished with this, the hardboard insert what I had in here, I've got to recut another bit because I cut the hole out the frame a bit deeper. So if I push that back, the hole down there, that top hole, is probably going to, well, both of those holes actually, and even that screw hole, is that a screw hole? I'm not sure if it is, but yeah, those two screw holes are definitely out of place. So I've got to cut another bit of hardboard to insert back in there to the same sort of shape and size as the other one, but I'll have to redo the screw holes so they're slightly further this way for those two. That one down there should be alright, but yeah, I've got to stick to the lower one, but I'm going to move it over to there. But I'll do all that once I've got the walls done, because I need to get these walls finished off so I can glue them on properly. And then I can put the top down, and then I can at last relay some track. So I shall leave that here for now, because this is the current stage of the project, and the finishing off touches will come in another video at some point later. Just to add a final little bit to this update on the river stream, I realised that I made a mistake just after I finished the last bit of filming and when I went to start editing the video, and that is around here. I put another piece in to look like a brick wall. Well, unfortunately, obviously it's no good being there because obviously the bridges are there and there. So what I've just, give me a finger out, but yeah, around, I think it was around there I stuck it. I've just regrassed it and restuck a bit of the Woodland Scenics briar patch on it, just to tidy up a bit and to make it look more natural, because obviously you wouldn't see the wall there. The wall is, you probably can't actually see it, but it is, I point my finger, it is under there where it should be. The only thing is there should be a piece under there as well for a wall there, but to be like there is on that side opposite, but obviously you're not going to see it really. And besides which, because it's got the grass there, I don't really want to get all this grass and briar patch off under there, so you can't really see it because it's under the ball now. But yeah, I didn't want to hog all that off, and it's going to be a pain in the bum to glue there, so I'm going to leave it off, and you just have to pretend there's some sort of support there holding the embankment back. But yeah, I just thought I'd point out that little mistake and add that to the end of the video. Well, I do hope you enjoyed today's video, everyone. And if you did, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you did enjoy what you see, I would really appreciate it. And also, if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a comment below. And indeed, any other thoughts you may have on what I've done and the light in general, please leave your comments below for me. It would be much appreciated. And also, don't forget to like the video. After all, it does help the channel out and promotes it a bit more. As I say, I'd like to apologise like I did earlier for the delay in getting this out, but I had a few things going on, but I do hope you enjoyed it and do hope you think it was worth waiting for. I certainly think yeah, I've done quite a good job, if I do say so myself, but so let me know what you think. Anyway, I'll let you all go now. Take care and keep safe, everyone, and bye for now.